Maggots are insane. Completely effing insane. A lot of cool stuff on Twitter. Let me get this up right now. What about the Americans who already paid off their student loans? What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Student loan forgiveness sounds really nice to illegal immigrants, people with no life experience, people who don't have families yet, and people who use preferred pronouns. Louder with the maggot crowder. What the hell does that even mean? People with no life experience. Who incurs student loans? People who don't have families yet. How many people are in college that have full-on families? What the hell is he saying? Truth or Dare says, which one are you then? Oh, looks like Crowder got some loan forgiveness himself. Oh my God, look at that cute little Octie. I'm telling you, these people are nutcases. Nutcases. And the maggots get even more crazy. Triggered fascist throws tantrum at meeting to censor free speech about gender fluidity.
Yeah! Thank you, Shannon, Casey, Timmy, Kathy. Keep winning, baby! Do it! Embrace simple truths. There's only two genders. And boys should go to boys' rooms, girls should go to girls' restrooms. And guess what? Teachers shouldn't be forced to use your freaking made-up fantasy pronouns. Fight like hell. Hold the line against the LGBT mafia and their damn pedo fans. Keep winning. You know what? Keep the winning. They can keep the monkeypox. How's that working?
Yeah. Maybe he should use the women's restroom. I mean, you know, I can see his tits jiggling from here through his shirt. I mean, this is what they do. You know, when they can't protest, when they can't leave their house, or, you know, they don't have the balls to say anything they want to say over social media or, you know, to any politicians or go walking down the street with it, you know, there's always school board meetings. I like how they take it to children and teachers, people in an unfortunate situation when they want to vent. When it comes to Trump stealing classified documents and then attacking the FBI, I'd like to quote Republicans when they watch cops murder a black man. He should just comply. If he doesn't want this, he should stop resisting. Nothing bad happens when you obey the law. Normally, I answer the door with a gun. Totally normal. Sure, Marjorie. The richest 40% of Americans carry 60% of student loan debt. The bottom 40 carry just 20. Tim Scott. The easiest way to know this isn't true at all is if it really were a handout to the wealthy, Republicans would support it. Jeff Tiedrick. Counterpoint. I paid off my student debt in 1981. And I think it's fucking awesome that student debt relief is happening now. Maybe it's because I'm not a score-settling, whiny grievance baby. Stop blaming poor people and look at the real culprits. Student loan forgiveness is not a handout. It's reparations for decades of predatory lending coupled with lobbied policies that make paying back impossible. Want to blame someone? Blame the private companies who screwed over multiple generations for a quick buck. Oh, and the good Dr. Oz actually said that if Fetterman had ever eaten a vegetable in his life, he wouldn't have had a stroke. I didn't know that Fetterman had a stroke. And he says, I had a stroke. I survived it. I'm truly so grateful to still be here today. I know politics can be nasty, but even then, I would never even imagine ridiculing someone for their health challenges. This guy's going to win in a landslide. Ha! Marjorie Taylor Greene, last night I was swatted just after 1 a.m. I can't express enough gratitude to my local law enforcement here in Rome, Floyd County. Tom says, people are saying that the call alleged there was someone impersonating a congressperson at that address. That's another thing. Local law enforcement doesn't know that she lives there. They don't know the type of people that live in that neighborhood. Canceling student debt is a better strategy than restarting student loan payments if you're actually trying to win the midterms. That's a good point. Breaking, Trump apparently admitted to removing top secret documents in the legal court filing he submitted. Who else is glad his lawyer is incompetent? Remember Rebecca Jones, the COVID scientist that Governor DeSantis fired for exposing his COVID fraud? She just won her primary and will now face accused child sex trafficker Matt Gaetz. I hope karma will complete this circle perfectly. Oh, and here's a guy, Maxwell Frost, just won the Democratic nomination in Florida's 10th district and is set to become the youngest member of Congress at just 25 years old. He runs on abortion rights, gun safety, and environmental justice. He will be the first Gen Z member of Congress. I'm glad people are starting to wake up. They want to oust all these old bastards and put in some people that know the deal. What are you doing here, Samurai Fuzz? The people that said we should be giving money to Americans and not Ukraine are now upset we're giving money to Americans. Yuppers. My name is Maxwell Alejandro Frost, and I will be the first Generation Z member of Congress. Don't count out young people. Marsha Blackburn, we should be hiring 87,000 Border Patrol officers, not IRS agents. Is there any end to your stupidity? Seriously. Arizona in desperate need of potable water, and Republicans did this, my God. Arizona State Land Department recently handed over thousands of acres to a Saudi corporation called Fondo Monte, giving it permission to pump unlimited amounts of groundwater to grow alfalfa hay for export to Saudi Arabia. I don't understand why Texans are complaining so much. Just pull yourself up by the bootstraps and solve the snow problems yourself. People against cancel culture canceled a library. Donald Trump angrily demanding the return of top secret documents he claims the FBI planted is peak moron. Oh no, Wedge DeSantis, an actual former Navy pilot at Team Harbaugh, just slammed Ron DeSantis over his pathetic Top Gun themed ad in a brutal and necessary takedown you have to watch. I gotta look that up. Let's see if we got it. Yes, MAGATS. Governor Ron DeSantis law that restricts how schools and workplaces discuss race. Stop Woke Act unconstitutional and suspended parts of the law.
Each other.
Yeah, where's this dude?
It's Ken Harbaugh, and Ron DeSantis just made my day. I have been waiting for a political ad like the one I'm about to show you. It's not just cringy, it's literally Navy pilot cosplay. Take a look.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your governor speaking.
Today's training evolution, dogfighting, taking on the corporate media.
The rules of engagement are as follows. Number 1, don't fire unless fired upon, but when they fire, you fire back with overwhelming force.
Does it say that in the bill? I'm asking you to tell me what's in the bill.
Number 2, never ever back down from a fight.
If I could complete the question, though.
So you're going to give a speech or ask a question?
Number 3, don't accept their narrative.
It's wrong. It's a fake narrative. I just disabused you of the narrative, and you don't care about the facts. It's why people don't trust people like you, because you peddle false narratives.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, unlike Ron DeSantis, I didn't pick this jacket up at Party City. These are actual pilot wings. Ron DeSantis was a lawyer in the Navy. Nothing wrong with that, until you start strutting around the flight line wearing aviator shades and pretending to be a badass. We all knew guys like that in the Navy who pretended to be something they weren't. We did a pretty good job putting them in their place. In that same spirit, I think Governor DeSantis is due for a call sign upgrade, or maybe a downgrade. I just found this Twitter thread full of suggestions. Here are a few. Panhandle Putin. Tater. I don't know why, that just fits. Manatee. I see the resemblance. Sleepy, because he ain't woke. More, as in moron. Stolen valor. I think that one speaks for itself. On a slightly more serious note, this tough guy act is pathetic, especially from someone like Ron DeSantis. I earned these wings. I flew intel missions in the Middle East and the Pacific. I was a mission commander of a combat reconnaissance crew. The men and women I led wore their wings proudly. This campaign ad from Ron DeSantis is just one more example of a Republican politician appropriating the honor of others because he has none. This is not cosplay, Governor. You missed the entire point of what our service stood for. We actually had a pilot in one of my squadrons who, for a while, had a call sign he needed to outgrow. He did. He proved himself. That call sign is yours now, Governor. From now on, I'll call you Wedge, the simplest tool known to man.
Hey Midas Mighty, Emma Silverman here reminding you to make this November Rovember. Check out the new Midas Touch Rovember t-shirt collection at store.midastouch.com.
Wedge DeSantis. I think I'll call him that too. The simplest tool known to man. That's a good one. Number of Republicans who support Trump as he harasses their wives is pathetic. Right-wing men's use of cuck as an insult was always projective. Cruz, McConnell, other men who follow Trump have a deeply omega urge to submit to a tyrannical daddy. They'd let the alpha whip them in front of their wives and they'd enjoy it. You know, this whole alpha, beta, cuck, omega bullshit, you need to stop. You know, I think that whole thing, you know, it goes back to wolves in a wolf pack. And then scientists said, no, there's actually no such thing when it comes to packs of wolves, contrary to popular opinion. And, you know, to reduce yourselves to that type of a hierarchy when it comes to social status, finding mates, competing with one another, that's actually reducing yourselves to lower life forms. You know, it's like reducing yourselves to something that's way less than human. It kind of circumvents that part of us, you know, that includes higher brain function and intelligence. Since the Republicans are removing any separation between church and state, we should tax all churches. There should be no organization that is both tax exempt and politically active. Well, they're not supposed to be involved with politics. They are definitely not supposed to be influencing politics in any way. You know, people are letting that shit slide. GOP definitely is, because that's where they're getting a shit ton of their money. Large donations need to be stopped. A GOP donor gave all the shares from his company to a conservative nonprofit tax-free. They were worth $1.6 billion. The fortune will be used to finance the far right's battles over judicial appointments, abortion, voting rights, and climate policy. Get money out of politics. Laughing my ass off. Oz's website Twitter card changed globally, so it shows up on all his tweets, including old ones. The result is spectacular. What does your poop say about your health? Learn here. Put America first. Donate today. If you're a Christian and you're big mad about the possibility of student loan debt being canceled, let me remind you that the entirety of your faith is built upon a debt you couldn't pay that someone stepped in and paid for you. Well, seriously, nobody expects any kind of humility or decency or logic from Christians in general. I sure as hell don't. Republicans have collapsed since they overturned Roe. Young women, mothers, grandmothers, and even great-grandmothers like me are making them pay for trying to take away our basic liberties as women. We will never forget who did this. Yeah, apparently there's been this huge, overwhelming registration of new voters in certain states, and the majority of them are women under the age of 25. Village's voter fraud. A third resident of the highly conservative retirement community has admitted to voting twice during the 2020 election. Oh, wait, they aren't Democrats, are they? It really is true. We keep getting example after example of the fact that every accusation is a confession. I hope golf players at Mar-a-Lago are cherishing the rare sight of green grass at a time of worldwide drought. All that phosphorus in the ground from Ivana's corpse must be helping things along. I know that was horrible, but shit. Someone pointed out there are 4 faces carved in the side of the mountain, and now I can't unsee it. Not kidding. Had a high school friend who thought this was a natural occurrence. She said Roosevelt should have been tipped off that he was destined to be president since his face was up there with the others. Go public education. Boomers, millennials, and Gen Z are snowflakes who get offended by anything. Gen Z, okay, boomer. Boomers, which, of course, we mean maggots. Okay, boomer marks the end of friendly generational relations, as per the New York Times. Herschel Walker says, if I have a mental problem, Jesus Christ must have a mental problem. I don't even want to touch that one. Kansas beat back the abortion ban by 20 points. Democrat voter registration is soaring, driven by women. Democrat Pat Ryan just won in a rural district Trump won in 2016. This isn't just a blue wave, it's a tidal wave of women. Misogynists and religious freaks, your time is up. Good. Democrat Pat Ryan defeated Republican Mark Molinaro in the special election in New York 19. Every poll predicted a Republican win by 10 to 20%. The women in this country are pissed. A huge warning sign for Republicans. Oh, this shit. Jared Kushner's book, Breaking History, which is out today, is an earnest and soulless. Kushner looks like a mannequin and he writes like one. And peculiarly selective appraisal of Donald J. Trump's term in office, our critic writes. Laverne Spicer lost her primary, so here's an old tweet. Just throw it away. No more platforming these people. Enough. Hi at the pet store right now and actually losing my mind at this hamster using his own ball sack as a pillow. Poor little Hammy. So cute. I cannot get over how Mitch McConnell is saying the labor shortage will end when Americans run out of stimulus money. When they run out of their $1,400 of stimulus money that they received 18 months ago. Yeah, if there's anything keeping people from working, it's $18 a week. Oh no. There he is again, 25-year-old Maxwell Frost. Now the Dem candidate. Not a done deal because redistricting changed the voter base since Vail got elected. So let's support him in every way to get him past the finish line in November. Even Byrne says a 25-year-old incoming congressman is going to bring a much-needed perspective about issues affecting working families, and I very much look forward to working with him. Millennials, quit whining. I paid off $150,000 in student loans and own a $400,000 home because I save. It's not that hard. I make my coffee at home, take a bus instead of an Uber, shop sales, and had parents pay off my loans and buy me a house because I'm daddy's special boy. If people get a living wage, they might want clean air and cheap mass transit. I ain't even going to read this shit right now. I actually have to go back to work tonight. I haven't even gotten my MRI after the accident yet, but I got to go back to work tonight, and I'm not in the mood for this shit. Yes, Fuzz, maggots is the term. Like maggot, but MAGA, maggots, maggots, maggots. Okay, I'm taking off. Uploading to YouTube now. I will see y'all later.